for Nyasha for Mobibia, Quabas on Quado by Daily Update TV, so Anna Babinia trending news, Koso, Ghana, Fenina, is certain indeed the can of subscribe to our channel, and so, or in GBA between about comment section or any bit my G pass back in camera muffin, so, and marrying fish of a sham more than for so any biashe. Yes, I mean, go straight to our major issue. A year Brazil for at the massive jubilation and massive applause and John Dramani Mahama a Newz any beshe then John Dramani Mahama ne die akoso and na Kelvin tell about one thing kitchen some chese e kaswa interchanges and nyema akoso brana e John Dramani Mahama tesona interchanges are the own thing bubodin. Nwa bibia oye ya chese o kasa obuba adaje krabe bono we need some about bonte kind na nsem bi hospitals are there John Dramani Mahama see chips compound near there dey ene okupi eketi azo nsem be CCC no eti for the brand so answering nsem me so me nkuti nsem ekoso a Brazilian ambassador represent Ghana no. Massive applause of the my John Dramani Mahama. After that, no, John Dramani Mahama so kasai Mr. Kamlin good.
For the additional facilities to be provided, along with the main interchange, Napoleon Atikito reports.
Kaswa, a fast-growing commercial town in the central region, in closest proximity to Accra. Its population has grown from 863 in 1975 to over 100,000 currently. Located along the highway extending from Accra to the western region, Kaswa experienced large volumes of vehicular traffic, 6,000 vehicles per hour during peak time, and a daily average of 23,000 vehicles. The statistic, which explains why the government has found it most expedient to construct an interchange at Kaswa, is this one. 5 kilometers per hour is the travel speed when you hit Kaswa. The gridlock is notorious. Even before the president came to cut sword for the project, the Brazilian company awarded the contract had already erected pillars for the 3-tier flyover. Quiros Galvao is same company executing the Akroma interchange at Circle Accra. The Brazilian ambassador to Ghana commended the government of Ghana for showing commitment to development. Brazil released the funds for the Kaswa project after prospecting by the Mahama administration.
Such cooperation has been growing hand in hand with the firm commitment of President Mahama and his government to the improvement of living conditions of all Ghanaians, particularly through the expansion of infrastructures which are essential to the continued economic and social development.
Mahama said the project will ease traffic.
We therefore appropriately reviewed the challenges here and designed a solution that will effectively tackle the challenge and bring enormous project benefits, not only for commuters passing through Kaswa, but also for the inhabitants of Kaswa and surrounding areas.
He mentioned the components of the project.
There are many things that influence the cost of a project. And so if you build a regional hospital in one place, it doesn't mean that the cost will be the same as a regional hospital in another place. Often, if you want to know the cost of an item, you have to examine the item and examine the components that go into making the item. You cannot just stand at a distance and look at two items and determine that the cost of the item must be this just because of looking at it at a distance. You must know the components that constitute the items to be able to know the cost of the item. But when you're a political quantity surveyor and you look at Kaswa interchange and say, oh, it's too expensive, I mean, what are you talking about? You haven't seen the scope of works, you haven't seen the bill of quantities, You haven't done a survey of building materials around here in Kaswa area, and you're able to judge that the cost is.
Today is the future. The next 2 minutes you keep hearing me is the future. Even the next second is the future. So what are you doing today to sustain that future? You need to build schools to grow, for the kids to learn to become what tomorrow. So today starts the future. Now the person you are saying he's the future, what has he proven that tomorrow he is sustaining tomorrow, which is the future? He has no ideas. Oh, Abba. Nasa oka say eduaba we kutame no eduaba we eno ni future na. What will make this eduaba or this seed the future? You have to plant it today. The day you put the seed in the ground, you have planted tomorrow. And so the action you took to put that seed under the soil, you have created an opportunity for somebody tomorrow. So guess Bawumia is the future. Let Bawumia tell me what he has done since he became the vice president, since he said he became the chairman of the economic management team, what he has done today to secure our future. But I can tell you, John Mahama is the past and the future, because John Mahama built a regional hospital. And that regional hospital, at the end of the day today, any nurse that gets out of school will be recruited in the regional hospital. And when that nurse is in that hospital, that nurse will assist somebody to deliver the newborn who will be living tomorrow to live on the regional hospital. So you need to understand, this goes deep and it cuts deep. Until when you hear any politician from the NPP, no, I can't just say Bawumia is the future. So wait, Jimmy, if you are going to even associate Ghana Card to Bawumia, how did Ghana Card become sustainable? How did it become sustainable? It is because somebody built NIA Center, somebody built NCA Center, somebody introduced the idea of Ghana Card, so it got here. So if you don't start tomorrow today, you will never have tomorrow. Internet, we have allowed some of them to hide behind fake grammar. Brofo. That's why I keep telling JJ Rollins made the biggest mistake on earth. And JJ Rollins, the biggest mistake on earth, or yeah, and say he allowed Kweku Bako and his likes to walk on the streets of Ghana. Yes. Show me the evidence, Mr. S. Thank you. Before I move on. Now, my team just sent me this publication from Ghana Web. Now, you see, they published this. Mr. Kweku Bako is fake. So, also, when Onimeku for 40 years, then Kweku Bako knew they were selling more money to you people. This is a publication that was done in 2022 after I did the Kweku Fuado is not a lawyer scandal. And what did Kweku Bako say? Who says so is not a lawyer? Kweku Bako tenders evidence to ignoramus. Yatiasye, yene ignoramus. Yatiasye, yene enimnyansa yejimi. Now show me the evidence, because if today, let me just get a lawyer in Ghana like Sosu, Chachuchikata. When anybody who says he's a lawyer comes to me and say I am a lawyer, there's one thing that you have to prove to me that you're a lawyer. Not just saying my father was a lawyer, or not just saying that this law firm belonged to my uncle, or I used to go to this law firm. You need to show me your certificates. That is your lawyer driver's license. The way Obitubika say me a driver, I say, dear Nechresa we a driver, my certificate. And your exams I'm in school, me a driver. Because Ubetumi a tro the theory new school. Over America now open driver's license. You first go into the classroom. You have to go learn all the science in the classroom. You can get 90% or 99%. The day of your exams, practical, you have to sit in a car with an instructor, drive around with the instructor, and after that, the instructor will decide whether you pass the test or not. Even after that, you are still not a driver. You cannot legitimately go sit in a car and drive on the streets of America. They will have to ship your driver's license, whether temp or permanent, for you to have that in your hand to be able to move a vehicle. So somebody asks you, when a policeman stops you, say, are you licensed? Do you have your license? They don't ask you, how much scores did you get when you went to driving school? The first thing the American police will ask you, where is your driver's license and insurance? It is a Kweku Bako Bontrika say, who says Ekufuado is not a lawyer? I have evidence to prove that Ekufuado is a lawyer. All that you just have to do is to provide Ekufuado's certificate. Ever seen there? Nobody on earth. Nanado dan Ekufuado Ebusano say, one kasa was certificate where I was in Suya Fanoko. Moi. And these were the people who were listening. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, he himself, in 2015, he was questioned. Was it 2015 or 2013? He was questioned. Where is your certificate? Yeah, you know, your school, primary, JSS, today, if you want to go to our schools to go get our certificate, say, a Kokron Ayra, you bet me apply for another certificate because you're doing one woman. And you will allow these people to run this country down. Now, Yanko Enim. Me say I have put me the embargo atukoku bakoso or your bema or metna TV sunke yi document say this document I have it. Nobody obua osuro me. He's scared. You can insult me. I'm an American. I don't care. Ubet me di dimatem akan the opposite kebia. I am an American. I don't care. It will diffuse. I am saying I am daring Kokubaku to bring a certificate of Akufo-Addo. Obodam. Motete Ghana nkwasi asemo no do to wia. Na mako gangi ya petia o man no enkoso. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo nankasa be sin ne or send a certificate aton nsuo ba yira. Etien to me call school on kubisa certificate. And you people brought this more money. And the more package ba omia ono so more money. More than be kire se ba omia de onimnyansa che Akufo-Addo. Mo bodam ho. So I just wanted to remind you people. Now, my man kill another Jandam. John Dramani Mahama. Every time we talk about Ghana, no. Inti sa kwa we or John Mahama enim no. Paul Adumotre no. He will never stand on TV and say this is true. Adentra, because today he's working at Ghana Airport, Akufo-Addo Juma or the NCA board. So he does not think about you. Intendo Bejina TV so no enterprise journalism. Have you enterprise journalism? What you say? We got John Mahama, the kind of no. This is John Mahama going to do what? Going to commission Kaswa interchange.
President John Mahama has responded to critics of the Kaswa interchange. He calls them political quantity surveyors who are perhaps oblivious of the full complement of the project they describe as too expensive. Inspecting the interchange at Kaswa in the central region, Mr. Mahama explained what some call inflated project costs. As a district
project John Dramani Mahama and a boss or that boy, the boss of Kakaka, a hospitals I see 10, a came to the neck and was 10. I think so chips compound will see over 2,000 chips compounds are is a air counters are going simple and kind. A bell copy more cater market near almost a budget so just any hasn't get one home videos we play and none more. Ain't me I'm from video near Parod from Franche. Nah, bell can say I'm out for a because you're going to interview a ready funny be. You can say a cater market near John Dramani Mahama. No. Oh no, it's no. Like a boamo and I say emboamo. Maybe more cancer my egg, yeah, you can't so more. I just say, what to cry now was some like a cow. We need some eyes or about just any easy. So Ghana Casano can say, I'm out for interviews at the hour 10 and I'll tell and say, where was some bell Casano can say. Man for Casans who could for then could for then go for bars near the could for emergency near the day. Or Messenia, the meeting the Kate, the Dubai, but also there at the switch. So I do the phone can say it transfer money. Ghana can say, go for now one more cassette or you could for the Indian before the Indian. Or for Tian to the command chinning body the Indian, I cricket I'm the Chinabema. Ghana can say. Even any time on your corner grumble, among your day one school, I just a boy Ghana mind. Or more beauty one school, just say, will be quite Musiandi. School may be a work Ghana in Nano, according to Kelvin, tell us a year. John Dramani Mahama. So come near with
it's too expensive.
He said owners of private property to be affected by the project will be compensated. The president said a total of 95 kilometers of road in Cape Coast, Elmina, Salt Pond, Winneba, and Agunas Redro will be.
This is what John Mahama and also John Mahama Kasano, Okabibi for Pokwase, Awushi, Okabibi for Kaswa, and Okabibi for Ede, Efa Eye Kwame Nkrumah Circle. Now, Ebia Kaswano, so person who a Juma John Mahama ye pa. Now, look at this. That's how you will see a Juma John Mahama ye. In Ghana. Have you ever heard Baumia or any NPP person on any network saying, say, John Mahama can say, obey your way, nobody can say that. Because a DBA on to me, and this idea to me, no country. John Mahama, dear on to me, on campaign chairman, but every single thing John Mahama, any NDC castle, they have done it. And you see it. I don't want to mess your appetite up. Then so yen to Akroma your uncle form say otu for the KJTia. And so no kwa you can see clearly John Dramani Mahama, Inspector KJTia. Ghana. John Mahama the 3 years. AC hospitals bear 10. Chip compounds over 2,000. Inti menotia. That's all catch them say. John Mahama or the 4 years bear day. John Mahama the 3 years when or man 4 years never obey. My John Mahama bro nya 4 pe and see what John Mahama can do. John Mahama said he was committing $1 billion to our roads. Ka John Mahama tnaso ekosi 2016 abesi 2020 ka John Mahama ye Kumasi Accra dual road koye dual carriage koye ene te ha ena nkwasiafo we hihye pyjamas nkwasiafo we num wi nkwasiafo we di ajantrafo nkwasiafo we di esika omaboro 1 trillion omabobesia 1 trillion kuraba omutumi nkyere bi ogana. The American Church or UGMC mbaye, Tamale Teaching Hospital mbaye, Kumasi Airport mbaye, sa hospital sa and these MPP also omo be twitwa ahumem oko Kumasi hospital be Kumasi bia apart from Konfanoche John Mahama and this nesie. Me say tie me. Oko Asantimemu a apart from Konfanoche hospital bia wa Asantimemu bia eya aban hospital eya this nesie. NPP besi so kofo be ye go chen tu kom eko eyi akese ko bonsa akese e ma akora ketekete betwetwe ne be ma beji $200,000 koye ekufo da be no dwo tato so omuntumi nkasa ye si one regional hospital asantimemu se omukoso omukobi hospital bi e John Mahama ne sie sewua e John Mahama kumewu e John Mahama afari e John Mahama every regional district hospital and chip compound was built by John Mahama under 3 years na mabetna ha mejiminti na akwentio na metu ye no metu se mekoya aboa na mabetena se me ya kaniba ntituma MPP. What is the basis? Na minjina so ne sen na minjina so ene sen na de mama ye nipa no na eye de ne mama ye nipa because metumi hwe sa anyuma we nyina na obi bedi presidents 3 years 4 months na or spending just 54 billion na otumi ye we nyina na obi bedi president 7 years abobesia almost 1 trillion na otumi nchama one hospital adenti na membetena akwara me papa wo me maame awo me bako school awum ahyan wo ma betena se toma MPP me ya aboa me ye preku eye den na me betena ha yese toma MPP on what basis? Na minya nipa na ma adwene no na kese minya nipa ni se me ware eni se me tete akwara me ni aponche ye pe because aponche kura no ubobuo a ohun sa ade sa so beda buo nim that means aponche kura nim nyansa cheme emponche omunam Ghana enkoko ebo no nsia na ade sa omunyina hwehwe obubuo kwan enti so omukura wo nyansa say they need to go back and rest in their own place. Why should I sit here and say upon all these things no mabetena say Kufuado MPP account for party into Tuma MPP on what basis? Now, my mention my DB into one video say I know wakuma.
Na date ano kra no ye kra no ye ni anyo anyo ye fe. Ye mpe. Kaje ano kra so ye kra ye ni nye ho. Enti ye Central Market into one corner na nsi Central Market man ye.
Ase obi akobo bosia bia besi na afi kumasefo. Mu ya yeboni ayo.
Na sesi kanya de o ma ne dia.
Inti ya dan ya yebetua. Se Mahama na wo so, se na Nado na wo so, sika na yebetua. Inti mi hu akula. No ai ya na so wo to aso. Aba so. Ni nyina no no. Why? Na Nado. Hey! Mahama. Wo mu di fa akula. No ai ko fo na yesa to ho. E na wo anyo. Wo de tu no. Enti nana de. Etene so. Ha America etene ma no. Na ka tana wa de na ha de ka de simo bi. Ensuo to akura so gu yes ye ba ha ye nto hwehwe me wa sento market. Esan wa ka de ama me. Wo be si hanom na so wo ka sa be anhwe wa ho na beto ade etime tene fa no pa. Ni asa ka to ha ne ada. Adan. Na be sa me central market no. O be si US and Amayes, US for Central Market, and over Sama Central Market. And to Kajeta, the idea question, what they are at the Kajat.
Ungrateful, wash. Woman in Tiazi.
And Nuntina, I say, Kofo Bejensi, Kofo Bas, a high friend Mohammed Dubada, every friendly Katia, a free and an unknown person, a friendly Katia, a Tikatia and Anne Dasso, Yakofo be a demon.
Ungrateful, wash.
Jack. Mama yenye de wo na wodi akira asoma obeka no obi beka se wotan ni pebi nti mama yenye de wo we nya wo tejuma we nya wo tra o eni nti na eye aboa we eka ye no
can for the problem of this country ye de yete so a ye nkanta asantefoni can for the problem of this country ye de yete so a ye nkanta
na Dan Kweku for is doing cheap politics cheap me catch them say go for omo Jimmy. Me catch them say go for omo nimu nyansa. Enya age no, men hwe age no. De da no sa. From Nana Dan Kweku for to eye de ba omia, ade na da ha na ye de dwene no. Esa, I just say akokodwonso. Inti enda no a whole president of the republic. Oba Ghana on si school da. Ekufu no ba omia 8 years ye komi. Omo si school bia o Ghana. Omo de asobo forma akwarate musua de omo nya bi. Esi ende they are doing politics with what's for results aba into Kufuor on Facebook page and odi we akoto free SHS indeed working into oye cheap politics or you say 1998 or you say 2002 or you say the na Kweku ba ko mu yema no toilet paper na be che so lawyer you say they can do that now. Now, obe posti sadi we no. Also share numbers na papa and the free SHS in Kuala Bing and no Ekufuor graduate. Se see no share results na 2015 to 2023. Ejuma akoso de o share Mahama mo anya de and no be je free SHS nti and de Kuala ne twa kwase ampanyini a onjunso mfa ne to. Okasa se abokua onim de oye cheap politics. Now here on his own page Nana Dan Kweku for his own page, the young people of Ghana responded to him. Now, look at what people, the Ghana for, responded to Kufado. These are response from Ghana for. This is Boache, Mopa Munkuku Munina, Omodoson. This is Boache, Martin. Or say, schooling in thoughts.
Okoti for winning news at the Bremati for a Temaswan. Sorry. When you want winning at the Arbito Jackwanson about Brazil for just many Jamo Bo said John Dramani Mahama jubilation in Yaza Victor. I'm a Brazilian ambassador for Ghana, so Kasakaka, and my John Dramani Kasakaka. Concerning about the year, John Dramani Mahama seen so many saying being to Jamaica, this is when you check a cow, while Jinchen and Bro comments such as I feel so good news. I share more than for so any music. Yet the videos of